What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Show and Tell After Dark, where we talk about all things art, all things music, all things Boston. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. Welcome to the show. If you've been with us before, welcome back. My name is Cricket Smith. I am one of the co-hosts.
And we got two special guests. Introduce yourselves.
What's going on? I'm Nike.
Blanco, activo.
And nice. Tell us who you guys are.
Dale primero.
Go ahead, bro.
So I'm Jay Blanco. I'm a cantante. I'm a singer and rapper in Spanish and English. Basically whatever genre, dancehall, reggaeton, R&B, trap, lo que sea. And basically that's it. Just an artist, just trying to be creative with a different route.
I'm an entrepreneur / artist, so I have a clothing brand, trying to expand that business, and also into music, hip hop / rap genre. I also collaborate in the Latin urban area.
Nice. You guys are young. You guys are like 19, right?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
How's
10
that
years
been?
my junior. I feel like a grown-ass woman.
How's it been being an artist? Like, who's 19? You're kind of like, what realm are you guys are? Like, explain to me.
Damn, no bullshit. We started making music when we was in like grade school. Remember that song we dropped? That shit was trash.
Probably mad,
You said trash?
That shit was
It
trash,
was some
bro.
garbage.
Yeah.
It was.
We put that on SoundCloud. We deleted it like 2 days later.
Okay.
I'm telling you, getting mad hate. But it's cool though.
What school did you guys go to?
Damn. You go ahead and say that one, bro.
We went to Roxbury Latin. It was like
Hey.
a
How
school
many
up in
Latin
West
schools
Roxbury.
are there in Boston?
It's a few Latin schools. They kind of like older.
What's the difference between a Latin school and a regular school?
Usually just you have to like take an exam or something to get in.
Also, you gotta
Just like
learn
the
Latin
public
too.
schools. Oh yeah,
Oh,
you
gotta
have
learn Latin
you have
too?
to take
Yeah.
them.
Carpe diem. You feel me?
Okay.
Boy, bye. That was a carpe diem.
So we're like two different generations, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you guys care about? What do you guys talk about? What do you guys rap about?
That's a good question.
You can do your topic first, and then I'll just follow.
All right, sure. Sorry. To be honest, I feel like topics is just trying to get out of like a cycle. I feel like a lot of people are in these days, especially like first generation. That's where I come from. So I'm trying to excel, kind of like what my family's past has been, and provide for like my future. So a lot of my
First
music.
generation, what you mean?
I'm
in
a
the
fir-
U.S.?
Yeah, from in
Okay.
the U.S. So like my family's Dominican, and I'm first generation here, college student, stuff like that. Trying to make it in that sense. So a lot of my like music or like my goals, kind of every time I'm like goal oriented, has to do with trying to excel in that sense.
Yeah, and you said before, like, we're 19. How's it feel to be 19? And it was like, that's where my music comes in. Like, I'm 19, but I feel like I've kind of grown up. Like, some people have to grow up quick as a child and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my kind of creative art is just like pain, a lot of pain music, but it's also mixing with like feelings. So feelings you would feel for a girl, feelings you feel on a day to day, and as like I feel like low key as men we're not allowed to like speak about that sometimes, and we're not allowed to cry. So it's like instead of going out and crying and stuff like that, I try and be proactive and just kind of make music about how I feel, and you feel me, just not like going and talking about it, just make some art out of it, and then some people will feel it and some people won't, but
Right.
you feel me, that's how it goes.
That's a big thing that a lot of niggas been talking about, is that like they don't feel like they have kind of support as men, especially young men. Don't feel like they have support. That's like the rise of like Kevin Samuels or like Fresh and Fit. But
Yeah.
Fresh and Fit's been catching some heat lately.
Yeah, they have.
You seen that shit, right? Yeah, that's just
They've
bad
been
funny.
on fire.
Is that stuff that you guys been kind of like been like keeping tabs on, or
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah,
you said nah?
I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, nah.
Okay.
I have been keeping an eye on that conversation because I listen to like I don't know. I feel like it's good to have. You know what I'm saying? Because you know how Blanco was talking about men can't really have those conversations or kind of prone to that sensitivity or whatever. Like those men obviously try to have those conversations on the podcast and like bring other men up and women and like have those conversations and break down those barriers. So I'll listen to that. I'll keep an eye on it. But it's funny, Fresh and Fit is under a lot of fire.
Who is Fresh and Fizz? I heard of Kevin Samuels, but not Fresh and Fit.
Fresh and Fit is it's a podcast with, it's like two dudes that try to give men ways to like make money or be the better selves, but they've it looks like they've kind of contradicted themselves or done some weird stuff.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, they've like brought down a lot of women, is what the women are saying, and so they kind of bring the women up there and bash them. Quote unquote. That's what they say.
So your generation though, because we have that, do you think like your generation is doing a better job of like kind of like that in between of like, or at least you guys yourselves, do you guys know like the difference between female bashing and then also like self empowerment?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like anything comes borderline. Like if you're female bashing, like you kind of make it like blame. But if you kind of like just focus on yourself, like don't start throwing other people in there. Like don't start blaming. Like don't point at any blame.
Yeah.
Just accept your feelings, kind of, and see how you feel, and then you're good. You don't have to like blame it on somebody else, especially not females, for making you feel that way. Because at the end of the day, nobody else is making you feel that. It's just you and how you deal with it. But if you deal with it in a bad way and just echar la culpa, that's not how you do it.
What does that mean?
Just like throw the blame onto somebody. That's you just gotta accept it.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys think that you guys have like good relationship kind of like I don't say goals, but good relationship kind of like ideas out there of like you know what you would like to base your relationship on? As men who are like 19 and we're coming into like a weird world of like dating and shit like that.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you know what a healthy relationship looks like? Or
To be honest, I feel like I'm gonna speak for myself personally. I ain't gonna talk on you, but like I'm in a transitional period where it's like 19, you getting older, but you're not totally quite young. Like you getting into the realm of starting getting into those relationships. You know what I'm saying? You taking the girl out, you doing this, you doing the third. Like it's more attached to it, whatever. And some people some people literally blossom from like high school, end up marrying that person in college, end up marrying that person
high
like,
school sweetheart.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it happens. Far and few in between, but it definitely happens. And so it's like you want to be wary of that. It's some people that's like, I don't care, I'm young, I'm popping, I'm about to just show out, have fun, do me. Some people that take that commitment an extra mile. You know what I'm saying? So like, definitely like a healthy relationship for me is honestly just both sides are happy and there's some productivity coming out of it. You know what I'm saying? Some nourishment coming out of it. Other than that, I don't know. I feel like it's real general, real vague where you could go with that. But it's definitely complicated, man. I feel like it's people that are a little older, maybe in like their 20s, mid-20s, probably want to settle down. How old are you guys? Like,
I'm 29.
29. So y'all probably like definitely trying, like maybe, trying to settle down, see what's up. You know what I'm saying? It'd be some people that's like more our age. I mean, you can still be cool, man. Trust me, man. What? But people our age, they be wildin'.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna go off of like what y'all talked about before, because I remember I responded to one of your story posts that was like, is it hard for creatives to find love and shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
And like how I said before, like it definitely is, because you need to find somebody that's not jealous, you feel me? Somebody that doesn't think you're out cheating, you feel me?
Insecurity.
Yeah, okay. Look
Nah,
at
'cause
that
no bullshit,
shit.
we were talking about this like earlier type shit, but I'm not gonna go into that. But we was just like talking about that, how you just can't really find somebody that's just, you gotta find somebody who's kind of comfortable with who they are.
Yeah.
And you also, but you can't just, like I said before, echar la culpa. You just gotta be comfortable with yourself as well. So it's like, if you're comfortable with yourself, you won't press them, and if they're comfortable, they won't press you.
Right.
So my main takeaway is just respect. Respect is the biggest thing. You feel me? Whatever it comes to. If you're texting me late night, or if I tell you I'm going to the studio or something like that, and we're just making music, or I'm with my friends, or it just comes down to having like, say you have a friend that's a girl, and you've known this person for a while, and then somebody's pressing you over it. You feel me? It's like you gotta find the lines that you can cross and you can't cross. So it's like that. Just respect. Right. Just at the end of the day, respect is mutual.
So your lifestyle, as an artist, because that's what you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's called the women that you've been around. You know what I mean? Like, have they been accepting of your lifestyle?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've gotten lucky to the point where the people who I've been around, some of the females that I've been with, have kind of been supported with the music, because like how I said before, it's hard for a young artist to try and come up on their own. So I mean, I've been blessed to have females that have been supportive of the music, but not really of the lifestyle. So it's a different thing hearing the music, and it's a different thing being like, oh yeah, you should go to the studio. But then it comes to the point where I'm working all day and I'm going to the studio at night. So it's like, where does my time go?
You double grinded.
So it's like, sometimes I won't have time for you and sometimes I will. But I had to kind of tell them at that point that it's like, I'm doing my thing, and it's like, if I have to focus on myself and you got to focus on you, and that's the most love that you're going to get, is focusing on yourself, because I won't be there. You feel me? I won't be there to give you the love that you deserve and that you need, because I'm going to be working out. You feel me? I got stuff to do if I'm going to especially when it comes down to contracting models to try and be in a video. Mm-hmm. You feel me? If you have somebody that's not comfortable with themselves and they see you around the models, you be getting clothes, you be touching whatever it be. You know, you can get into some hot water with that. Following people on Instagram, that's a big craze these days.
Yeah.
The girls be checking your Instagram a little bit. He made the face. He knows
Yeah,
it's true.
that shit happens.
It happens a few times. You could get caught up like that, but obviously, if you're not doing anything, you won't get caught up. But it's just like,
Right.
you feel me? It could be a slippery slope and a different road to kind of go down. You know what I'm saying?
What about you? You dealt with some similar problems?
I feel like we share similarity in sense of being lucky with having some like good women around in our lives. To be honest, in that sense,
Nice.
so I feel like yeah,
Are
my
they family or are they family?
no, oh sorry, I was just sorry, yeah. Part of his family and some of it is like relationship wise, you know what I'm saying. So I feel like I have a good girl behind me right now who like is supportive in that way. You know, Blanco's talking about sometimes it's a conflict in terms of like maybe don't go to the studio or whatever, but like my girl's always like, you know, you haven't been in the studio in a minute, like what's up, like how you feeling, do this, down the third, like she's pushing me to go that extra mile. So I appreciate that. And then with family, like the girls in my life are supportive of what I do because they want me to go the extra mile with like my business, and I like mix my business with my music because
Yes.
it's like one at the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's me, you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So I try to do that wherever I can, and that's what they really love about like my music. And other people like the music, they like the business, a little both.
Right. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah,
It has to be a lifestyle. If
definitely.
you want it to sustain and to thrive, it has to be like an extension of your life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your music right now, like, what do you guys? I know both of you guys are individuals, but like, what do you guys generally kind of like talk about with your music?
I just talk about kind of like, so the thing that's gotten me in trouble a little bit was that my music is kind of too real sometimes. And
What does that mean?
so when I was talking to some past people in the past, you know, I would be talking a little bit too much and getting a little too into my life, using like details and examples of stuff that actually happened, and sometimes even using like some voicemails and like voice calls sometimes.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that I want to be as authentic as possible, and I want people to understand who I am, because sometimes you don't really get that with an artist. Like, you look up to your favorite artist and sometimes you don't really know them, you don't really know what's going on in their life.
Right.
And especially since we're just starting now, like, now is the time. People are always, and this is what me and Nike have talked about before, people are always going to support a friend. You feel me?
Yeah.
If they don't know me, that's why it's always going out and making, you feel me, let people know who you are. You know, that's why I go into the feelings a lot, because it's like, people are always going to support a friend. So it's like, oh, hey, listen to my friend's music, da-da-da. So it's like, I put in some details that are very, very factual, and some stuff that has actually really happened, to an extent where it's gotten me in trouble because it's a little too real sometimes.
No, I think I enjoy that fucking a lot. I think I've seen like a few artists kind of like put a few voicemails from angry baby mama. Yeah. I don't know if that's a politically correct term, but but that angry voicemail, I was like nigga, bro.
Yeah,
I got one of those angry voicemails before.
that's what I'm saying. You gotta
You know
use
what I
it. Some people be trying to put you down. You gotta put it to good use.
It's a way to connect to people.
So make lemonade.
Uh-huh.
Nah, but it's a way to connect to people. I don't think that you cannot be too real. You know what I mean? Art is like, that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to connect with people who've gotten that angry ass voicemail before.
Yeah, for
That
real.
gotten that weird ass fucking like message or what the fuck it is, and they've been in that such a situation, and you're trying to connect with them.
Mhm.
Like, bro, I've been there. I know what that feels like.
Right.
Exactly.
What about you though?
Yeah. In terms of my music, I talk about like life experiences as well. I feel like Blanco and I are like in two different realms when it comes to that. Recently, we collaborated on a song though. It like just dropped a few days ago.
Uh-huh.
So there we try to kind of mix the both worlds.
What's the
with,
song
like,
called?
It's called D&D.
D&D.
So it's
D&D.
mixing a little bit of like the Latin that he does with the Spanish, and some of like the real life stuff that I just talk about experiences. So usually I'm just talking about like, I'm just kind of letting people into my world, to be honest. I feel like everybody obviously has their own little life or whatever, but it's like some people also live real different lives. And it's like
Right.
how you were saying, we went to like this school, whatever. So it's like the life that I live and stuff that I see is just way different than like the average person. So it's just giving you a glimpse into like what that looked like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's really just my music, kind of gives you that experience. And then it also incorporates feelings, but in a different way, because he talks about like love feelings and what it's like to be hurt in terms of that type of hurt. You know, I talk about like other type of hurt and like how that might affect you. So in a way, it's kind of like a journal.
Can we I don't want to put it on the spot, but can we dive into that? is like, what about your life has been different?
Sure. So I started off by saying I'm like first generation, right, from my family. A lot of people here, and like in the circle that I've been around, was like born here, like whatever, had a lot of family that could like help them. You know what I'm saying? I come from like a single parent home, so a lot of my life has been just kind of me and my mother, like versus the world in that sense. You know what I'm saying? And recently she even like got sick and like a whole bunch of stuff. So it's been like really like me, you know, facing the world and just growing up. So I'm telling you, in that 19 age is kind of transitional period. Some people are still kind of young and, you know, doing what they do, playing games, like fuck it, you feel me?
Taking care of them.
You dig what I'm saying? And it's people that had to handle business a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to be one of those people. And it's nothing wrong with people whose like parents like provide for them every step of the way. They come from like a family, all that. It's nothing bad. And I come from a great family. It's just simply that this is just my life, so it's just kind of experiences. So some people will hear that and be like, oh shit, like I didn't even know it was like that, or damn, I wonder how that was like, or like that just makes me grateful for what I got, or maybe I should look at things different.
Right.
It just gives you all a different perspective, and that's the kind of music I like, because I like listen to like a lot of old heads like Dave V, stuff like that. They like way older than me. A lot of people nowadays, you know, it's like the drill area, whatever. So it's like you still get lit, you still do your thing, but I definitely like listening to the things where it's like you'll hear a story and be like, damn, I could really relate to that. It might be a few people that can't relate to that, but the ones that could relate. Be like, damn, you feel me?
I had a question, like, why did you guys connect? Like, why, you know, like, how did you guys even? Yeah, like, how did you guys even get together, and why do you guys even connect?
No bush. I think we were just kind of were on the same type of time, and we just connected with each other because at our school it's a really weird vibe. You got like a certain school. Actually, I'm not even gonna say anything. I don't think we should do that right now.
We'll bleep it
Yeah,
out.
I can't even. But it's, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on that's under, like, behind the scenes. A lot of weird stuff going on, and it's like for some people like us that, you know what I'm saying, from the city, know some stuff, been through some stuff, and then you got some kids who are coming from suburbs who, you feel me, have lived. I'm not saying I haven't lived a privileged life, but some people that may have lived a little bit more privileged, or, you know, have two parents in the house and shit like that. And it's like we just kind of clicked because it was just like we both knew how it felt to be there. Like we both like had similarities with that, because it was very hard, because some teachers might not have liked us, some students might not have liked us. So we kind of found each other on that way. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm add on to that, because to be honest, it was like the school's not really made for us. You know what I'm saying? It was like the school is made for a specific group of students. You know what I'm saying?
And why wasn't it made for you guys?
Well, to be honest, my school, like, damn.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a conversation. I'm sorry, it just gets deep because like
Let's go deep, bro. There's also a thing, because I experienced that shit as a kid myself. It's like niggas trying to use you as a fucking like experiment.
Exactly.
Or like oh man, there's a inner city kid needs my help, and let me throw my pity at him. You know what I mean? Or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it don't feel genuine as fuck.
And
Not at all.
that's the problem. And like for me personally, it was like, I don't know, and I feel like a lot of people definitely go through this, where it's like black people gotta work like 3 times as hard as like a white person. You know what I'm saying? For whatever they do, bro. It could be whatever you do. And that's just the position that I felt. So it was kind of annoying. So kind of how you say you have these people who kind of have pity for you, whatever. I honestly say that it was a privilege too. I ain't gonna just totally bash the situation, because like I like coming from poverty and shit like that, I would also have never ever seen like the whole like white suburbs and shit like that if it wasn't for these opportunities and like scholarships and like all this extra.
What year did you come here from DR?
I was born in Jersey. I was born in Jersey. All my family's from
Joyce.
Dominican Republic though. Yeah, and then I moved to
Okay.
Boston. But word, and so what you call it? Nah, like 100%. I feel like we just had to work like super hard, and so saying that school wasn't built for us, it was like, man, the regular Joe could walk up in the school, do nothing. Parents are on the board of whatever, donate some money, plays a little baseball, shit's all smooth. You dig what I'm saying? And then you got your ass over here. You go from this nice ass place, gotta haul ass to the hood, go through regular shit, people getting shot, people
Back
whatever
to
going on,
reality.
back to reality. You dig what I'm saying? And then you gotta go back over there,
Right.
be a little, button up and shit,
Right,
do what they
right.
do. So it was just kind of double
Were they-
life. It really was Hannah Montana shit.
No,
Hannah
but
Montana shit. Did they try to teach you guys how to code switch?
oh yeah, fuck yeah.
I feel like it wasn't
Go ahead.
taught. It was something I learned. I ain't gonna lie. So
How do you feel about that?
I feel like I think it's a good resource to have. I'm not gonna hold you.
Completely.
I feel like it's a
Code
good
switch.
resource to
Definitely a
have.
skill.
Yeah, because I feel like being able to talk to different people and switch it up at any given moment is really good. It's powerful. Like communication is like the one thing a lot of people have. You know what I'm saying? Like the one thing everybody could bond through, no
Right.
matter the race, religion,
Right.
age, whatever. So if you're able to communicate with everybody, any person in front of you, that's like a real good skill to have. So it wasn't like I was taught that. I was kind of forced to learn that going through this school, but I'm kind of glad I did because it
Yeah.
makes me better today.
100%.
For sure.
It sharpens you.
No bullshit. I just want to throw this out here real quick. If anybody's watching, I ain't bashing the school, so please don't blow up my
Of
fucking
course.
social media.
I feel
No
it.
bullshit. I am so
Don't put it in
appreciative
social
for
media.
everything that they gave me. I'm just speaking my truth right now. That's all I want to say.
Things about your generation, because your generation is different than mine, that you think is important to talk about, or
Definitely, I feel like, fuck. I feel like just pain in general. That's what I was talking about before. It's just like a lot of people need to like learn how to deal with their pain, and you don't necessarily like therapy isn't for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just being open. I've tried therapy. I've tried. You feel me? Like what like a traumatic group. Like I've tried trauma groups,
yeah,
trauma groups, all that shit. You feel me? And it's not for everybody, and that's why sometimes when I find people who are making music, I like to support them as much as I can, because it's like, fuck it. Like some people, this is their therapy. Like they said, treat them like therapy. You feel me?
We're just talking about that actually.
So it's
Word,
like
word.
sometimes therapy is everything that can give you like some sort of tranquility or just make you calm. You feel me? I'm all for it. And for me, at least, I know probably for Nike, it's music. A lot of people, it's just writing your feelings down or freestyling or whatever, and just making something creative,
Yeah.
making some art out of it that
Yeah.
people can interpret, and then
Right.
people can put to themselves. And some people when they get sad, you feel me? When I get sad too, I throw in like a song, you feel me, that'll hit my heart or whatever. So it's like, for some people, that's really what makes things better.
Now I'm gonna have to try to dive deep. But when you talk about pain and depression and stuff like that, what are things that say like you're going through, or maybe you're going through, or things that are like kind of like people that you know who are just like you are going through that you talk about, or you want to talk about, or you want to highlight?
You can go ahead, bro.
I mean, for starters, like, one, like health and / illness. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people take their health for granted, and
That is so freaking true.
you know what I'm saying. And that's
Very
it's a
true.
big fact. Like every day you wake
Talking to a
up.
fat guy. I'm sorry.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, I ain't even say like, but man, you healthy though. Like you breathing, you living.
Hey,
you
nah, no
living.
bullshit, yeah.
You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
it
Like
is,
that's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say. Like any day you wake up, bro. Like you have your vision, you have your sight, you have your smell.
That's
like
right.
people take that for granted every day, and I ain't gonna lie. Like I was one of those people, and like I was kind of mentioning, you know, my mom got sick and everything, going through like a whole bunch of problems. She's like heart condition, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Got to go through surgery. So it's like seeing all that and seeing how like life could be gone in the blink of an eye. Like she's real healthy and everything. It's like always working out, eating greens, all that extra stuff. And then from being like super healthy to like one day to the next, you know, you could be gone. So it's just real crazy. It put shit in perspective for me. You know what I'm saying? So every day you have health, like it's like real good. It's a good day. Shit, it's a good day.
For sure.
Every day is a good day.
Yeah.
So
That is nice.
No bullshit talking about the health and shit like that. It's definitely like a touchy subject, like you said, and it's like because a lot of people don't really appreciate at the end of the day, like, and that's what's going back to relationships and going back to like finding love and all that shit. That's like what's gotten me into kind of like into trouble with that, and I've kind of lost some relationships due to that, because it's like once you go through like some pain, some like heavy pain, and you cry your eyes out for a year or whatever it fucking be, it's like you don't really have enough tears left. So I basically, sometimes, I'm not gonna say all the time, but it's really hard for me to like kind of cry, like, and that's just a me thing, because it's like once you've experienced a whole lot, like just a blast of so much pain and emotion, you don't really know what's going on. It's like once you overcome that, then you see so much as just like, that's a little inconvenience. You feel me? A breakup. You have people crying over breakups, and that's understandable. But once you've gone through something that's really hard, it's just like little inconvenience. You'll learn from it. You'll grow from it. All that.
I want to actually, we actually talked about this shit a little bit on this podcast before, but crying as a man. All right, we talked about, I think you guys brought it up quickly about like, well, I want to get your perspective.
Men don't cry. Yeah.
What do you think about that? You know what I mean? Like,
No bullshit. If you want to go, you could go. I can follow you.
You go ahead.
Like,
Yo, y'all are a trip. I never
What
seen
you mean?
this type of relationship before.
Hey,
Nah, no
that's-
bullshit.
It's like-
these the homies, bro.
It's like y'all
Yeah, no
y'all
bullshit. This
really,
is my
like,
guy.
Respect
Hell
each
yeah.
other.
Nah, it's
You
not.
can
respect.
tell.
you feel me? It's how it goes. But nah, I just feel like I said before, it's hard for a man to cry, and if a man cries, he cries in silence. You feel me? When I was, quick story time, back when I was with my ex girl, you feel me? There was a time where I was just going through a lot of shit. I wasn't really in the best headspace, and I was in her house, and it's just like sometimes you know how you get flashes of just everything flashes behind, like before your eyes, like all the pain, or you get a reminder of somebody that you lost, and it's just all like it also. I was basically at her, like in her apartment, and I locked myself in her bathroom, and I just started crying.
Yeah.
It's just like fuck it, like this shit was just like so hard to the point where it's like I need to do it right now, or it's not gonna come out like again. So I just needed to lock myself in the bathroom, and I just started crying. I looked in the mirror. I was like, "You good, bro?" Wipe my eyes, and I walked back out. She's like, "What was that? What was you doing?" I was like, "Don't even worry about it."
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
It's good that you let yourself get it out.
No bullshit.
Because that emotion turns into trauma in the body. You know,
Exactly.
It's stored in muscles. And,
Exactly.
You know, it's going to come out one day. It's going to come out one day or another, whether you 19 or you fucking 59. It's going
Thanks.
to come out.
Exactly.
For me, I feel like it's two sides of the coin because, like Blanco was saying, like, you know, men don't cry to that one sense, right? Because I feel like we could sit here and say, like, well, in my eyes, right, I feel like all men could cry. Like, that don't make you any less of a man.
Period.
That's how I feel personally.
sure.
Right.
I would cry, it's whatever. Like, real men cry, it don't matter. It's an emotion. The same way you get mad, you get happy, you get
Right.
horny, you get whatever, but you get mad, you get tight, you get
Yeah,
crying. Like, it's
that's
real
right.
life.
No
you know what I'm
bullshit.
saying? It's real life. It's real life. So it's like, I 100% don't got no problem with it. Whereas though, I feel like on the flip side of that coin though, like it's people who are ready to have this conversation, right? Or people who think they like believe this, but yo, deep down, yo, it's mad girls and mad people in general still like, nah, fuck that. Like men not supposed to
Yeah.
cry.